Let's give
kind of weird talking about stuff.
Am I loud?
No, I don't think so. It's probably your headphone.
Can you just turn me down just
on your headphone?
Skosh? Yeah.
Talking about it?
Hey, what's going on? Yep.
Ready?
I clearly am the better shoot. That's too much. Up. Hey, yep, that's great. That's right.
You're almost back to where you were.
Hey, hello.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back to the MVM Show. If you're watching on the YouTube channel right now, you're like, what in the world?
Coming to you remotely from the great state of Nevada.
Yeah, and you know what? We're going to leave you. It just kicked off.
There we go.
A lot of things going on, guys. We're not going to touch it in this one. We're going to leave you guys hanging, okay? If you're listening to this in the audio or you're watching the video, yes, we're in a different place. We're in a different setting. A lot of things have happened. We got a ton of podcasts to bring up. If I can even get all the people involved and try to get these done, I'm going to try to catch up because normally I was doing 2 a week. Before this, I just got one out because so much stuff's been going on, but I don't even want to touch it. We're just going to do a hunt review of the one that's been on the YouTube channel, which was the Wigeon hole, the public land Wigeon hole hunt that me and Thomas went on and shot 2 limits.
That was the name of the video?
I think so.
On our YouTube channel, Mid-Valley Missionaries.
Yeah. Public land Wigeon hole. So, start us out.
How long ago was that? I'm thinking we're behind right now, but I'm
bad.
Thinking that was...
Some we might just even miss altogether, guys.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Hey,
no, I remember.
Tell us about who is sponsoring this episode today.
Oh, we got many sponsors.
Pattern Pack Ammo.
Pattern Pack Ammo?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want me to do this?
Do you not want to?
Oh, I don't. Not about Pattern Pack. I don't want to mess this up.
Okay. So... this podcast today is brought to you by Pattern Pack Ammo. It's a company that we're working with right now that is sponsoring the podcast, but obviously we only work with people that we truly believe in or trust. And when Tucker reached out to us with Pattern Pack Ammo, I thought, man, this guy's a genius. Great idea. I know some other people that have actually thought of this but never moved forward with it. But what it is he has a company that you can go in on his website, patternpackammo.com, and you can pick out your specific ammo. He will build your box for you. You can get as low as 5 shells or a box of 25, and you can get Rio, Federal,
all the major brands,
heavy shot, like literally pretty much everything. There's not much out there. Even Migra, I think they've got that too. Mm-hmm. And what you can do is, let's say if you have a 12 gauge and you want to shoot 3-inch, then you can go in there and try, say, 4-shot if that's what you want. 4-shot of all the brands, or you can try one brand and do 2-shot, 4-shot, 6-shot, and pattern your gun to see what you like best. So It's an incredible idea, and if you guys go in there and put the code in, you will get 10% off, and that code is
MVM.
MVM. So check them out, guys. I'm telling you, it's an incredible idea. And you Californians, he just dialed it in that California is good to go. So don't hold back, you that are from California. So let's now dive into this podcast. So
that's a great way to save some money, by the way.
It really is.
You buy a new gun and you want to pattern everything that you can shoot. It's a great way to have everything there, save some money, and figure out what's best to shoot through your gun.
Yeah, for sure. Instead of buying a box and using 1 shell out of each one. So,
do we want to say anything about our other sponsors?
Sure. I can touch on it real quick. I mean, Canuba, they've been treating us so great, and Courtney over there, she's great to work with, and they actually have a new blend of dog food. It's still the 30-20 blend. That's the performance blend. But
has Rocky been on it yet?
He hasn't started yet because it's just now switched
for this year.
For this year.
Okay.
So he got his first box right before we left on this trip, which we'll catch up with you guys later. We'll try to catch up quick. We won't leave you hanging for too long. Try to get him out pretty quick. But we got so much stuff going on. We got to get caught up. But so this public land Wigeon hole hunt, this was our 3rd hunt of that week. It was the last day. It was a Saturday. And
first time we've hunted there in that particular pond.
Oh, yeah.
We scouted it the day before, got eyes on it, saw some birds in it about midday, I believe.
How many birds are you thinking? We kind of guessed 80 to 100 or something like that? Or was it less than
just
that?
under, maybe 50 to 75
Well, we couldn't
birds.
see the one side.
Right,
too.
we couldn't see the entire pond. It wasn't it was a fairly small pond actually, but
well, actually, I actually mapped with the Onyx, and it was like 4.5 acres. So
okay,
still
still
small,
a decent sized pond, but compared to what we're used to hunting,
oh yeah, it's nothing.
We're not usually in that setting, so it was cool to be in a smaller hole where if birds were gonna come over and work, that chances are you're gonna be able to get a good shot on them. It was I'm trying to remember temperatures that day. You think is in the 30s to low 40s?
I think it was 27 that morning, I want to say.
At daybreak.
The low.
Okay, so fairly cold. I mean, not too cold, but good duck hunting weather, right?
Yeah.
Wind was not really there,
Non-existent,
which was
as usual.
unfortunate. But a clear, sunny day. So yeah, I don't think we had a crazy early morning flight. There was some birds, but not fast and furious. It was more kind of steady, trickling in, which personally I like better.
Right, me too.
But we had a good variety of birds. We actually shot quite a few Wigeon.
I think we shot 6 or 7.
Yeah, 6
out of our 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I feel like we shot pretty good that day.
Well,
we shot a couple doubles.
You did. You shot. I feel like you shot a little. I think your percentage was a little better than mine. I struggled a little bit. I actually struggled that whole weekend. That, if you remember right, I was having a little bit of a hard time. I don't know. It was a little funk I was going through, but after that I cleaned it up. I feel like I've been shooting decent. Yeah. But this was how long ago again? Was this 2 weeks ago?
This was opening weekend for us, so that would be October.
24th. Wow.
Yeah. Dude. So it's been
almost a month.
Yeah. It's been a little while.
Sorry, guys. If you watch the channel, though, you're going to see it. So, I mean, I know a lot of you. The reason we like doing these hunt reviews for you guys is that we talk about lessons learned and things we could have did better. That's what I really like talking about, because when we talk about it, it makes you better. And we also like kind of giving you background of all the details, whereas the video, you just get the high points pretty much. But anyways, so we started on the one side of the pond.
Hold on, let's back up. I believe this was the first time. No. First weekend of hunting that we were trying out our new videoing style.
Yes, that's right.
Wasn't the first day, but it was the first, trip.
Yeah.
Where we tried to have one shooter and one guy filming, and not just with a GoPro, with an actual camcorder. So, which I feel like worked out pretty good. There is a lot of challenges in that. Some of it has to do with our camera. Some of it has to do with not flaring birds, but also not being too afraid to video. Yeah. It's definitely a learning experience for me. Sometimes you have grass that's in front of you, because obviously you have to stay hidden, right? We don't hunt under trees or, a blind in this scenario. So you do have to stay down and stay hidden in the tall grass that we're hiding in. So with that, trying to video through, if you don't have the right equipment, it can be a struggle to keep birds in focus. But, with that,
and trying to deal with the dog.
And trying to, yes.
Dealing with the dog. You're never dealing with the dog, period, let alone trying to video and deal with the dog.
Right. So, Titus trained Rocky. I didn't have anything to do with that at all. And so Rocky was always used to Titus handling him. This is his, third year, right?
Yeah, third season.
So third season, and he's used to that. So that was also something that got brought into the picture, trying to keep Rocky steady and from breaking, because obviously everybody knows we can't have that. That's a bad habit. And also getting good video of the birds, staying hidden, not flaring. You're trying to walk a good line, especially if you're not in an awesome place. You know what I mean? Public land hunting.
Yeah, we're hunting public land.
It can be difficult enough sometimes just to get birds.
Well, and on top of that, if you're not staying hidden, you're not killing birds in California.
Right.
And yeah.
There's way more to go into that. But anyways, so I think, I liked it personally. I think people are kind of over GoPro footage as am I. You know, I'm tired of seeing a tiny little dot out there because that's just
I've
the
never
way.
liked it.
That's just the way that a GoPro makes things look. That's what GoPro was designed for, was close action, fast action. So, so that was cool. Starting that. Trying to think. So we were taking turns. Yeah, let's go. Go ahead.
I mean, we'll go ahead. You jump into it, but we covered that filming kind of on that one we did for the first day. So that was something we had talked about filming, but on the hunt, and we're trying to keep this shorter, just because we got people coming over this house. We're in an Airbnb right now. Like I said, that's a different story, but so we started out on one spot on the side of this pond, then we ended up moving to the middle, which is kind of a semi-island. And I'm not even going to try to remember who shot first, and I'm not worried about that. I just wanted to kind of cover like what we shot, which obviously there's something you shot, and we'll get to that in a second. That was really rare, and I'm not using rare as a clickbait. It was really rare for our area, like extremely rare. It's not a rare bird. It's a rare for our area.
Yeah, I mean, just to say, we were hunting in the mountains and we shot a sea duck.
Yeah.
You know, just to be blunt, I shot a surf scoter, and we were nowhere near the ocean at a high elevation. So it was just so bizarre. We actually couldn't even figure out like what in the world is this thing, because we knew it was a duck. Well, obviously.
But we were trying to identify, because we knew it was a sea duck. We both knew it was a sea duck, or at least I knew it was, but I couldn't tell you which one. But we knew when we shot this, everything was in
season.
No, we knew that scaup wasn't, but I knew it wasn't a scaup. That was the thing. Scaup wasn't in season at that time. November 7th is when. Oh no, let me think about that for a second. Because I already knew that. Like right now, my brain's fried right now from other
7th
things.
Sounds right.
Well, I'm just trying to think of in that zone. Anyways, we knew it wasn't a scaup, but we were trying to figure like, okay, it's a sea duck, but which one is it? It was like, okay, is it a golden eye hen? Is it? But that was as it was flying. Once it hit the water and Rocky brought it back, that's when we started. I don't remember what I originally looked up what hen, but it was like instantly right away we knew it was.
Well, first we were like, what in the world is that, a scaup? And we're like, no. So we're like, what in the world is this thing? So we finally pull it up, and it was a surf scoter, which neither of us had shot a surf scoter previously.
Yeah, you were a little disappointed at first. So I'm like, dude, I'd take that. I mean, I know it's a hen, but it was like, just for the fact of how crazy it was for where we were at, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's something you'll remember.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't be like, you're not going to go mount it or something. Yeah. But it's funny because people on the channel were like, you need to mount that thing. But, whatever. Well, I mean, you really could. I mean, it was so weird that there's a story there.
Yeah.
That's half the reason when he mounts things is obviously because they're beautiful for a lot of reasons and they're studs or whatever, this and that. But that one has actual story, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely random. It was like that thing was lost. You know what I mean?
But you know what? It was unbelievable how many messages I got on Instagram and Facebook. You guys can follow us on that if you want, Mid Valley Mercenaries. I don't really try to push it too much, but they messaged me, dude. Tons of people were saying, we shot some in Colorado. And I'm like, what?
That's
so
crazy.
Something is weird going on. Like everyone thinks there's something actually.
It's global warming.
Something. Like, I don't know. But the people that were saying where they've shot them, I was like, that is not normal for that area either as well.
Yeah.
Like you can go on the migration maps and those birds don't go there.
It don't make sense.
It doesn't. But
anyways,
really cool.
So that was cool shooting that. But yeah, so I think we shot pretty well. We shot, I personally shot 3 Wigeon, that surf scoter, and a couple teal. I doubled on teal, and I doubled on Wigeon, I believe.
You doubled on teal? Oh yeah, you did.
And
yeah,
actually,
you shot that one going away.
Rocky made a great retrieve on that one. So they were headed straight towards us. I shot one, fell pretty much beside me. My gun actually didn't spit out the hole all the way. I cleared that, turned around and shot, and hit another one, but it fell into some pretty thick stuff, and took Rocky over there. And it's to the point now where we aren't even worried about it. We just go take him to the area where the bird fell, and
let
him go for it. And I mean, he's batting 1,000 right now. So well, it's awesome. It's such a great hunting tool.
We did let one get away the other day. Yeah, it wasn't on a video or nothing. Actually, that will be a video I'll put out. But yeah, he ended up. It wasn't really his fault though, because we sold it, which is so frustrating doing that. And I really haven't done that since I started doing the full choke. But the thing was, I don't know if I hit it or Paul Davis. We don't know who hit it, because I feel like when I hit that thing with the full choke, so I'm thinking I must have missed. I don't know. But it sailed. Got him on the trail. Actually, Rocky did jump him up. It was jumping up, flapping. And then it kind of semi-flew again.
Oh, okay.
And it was such a mucky pond. I was and that was one of two that we even shot that morning. So it wasn't, I was bummed, I actually shot another shell at it. But the problem after that, Rocky seen where I shot, and he ran, he runs to see where he shoot. I couldn't shoot no more.
Oh, okay.
And I was kind of shooting where I couldn't see him, but I knew he was in that piece of brush.
Yeah.
Never seen him again.
Yeah. So
I don't know how much that you can really blame him on that one.
No, I know. Not.
You know what I mean? But
I definitely wouldn't.
Anyways, so you doubled on that Wigeon. That was a great shot. And then you doubled on the teal. Rocky found that one. I actually scotch doubled on those teal, and they were right over the decoys. Literally, you can see them in the shot cam video. If you guys want to go check it out, you haven't, just check out the YouTube channel, and it's something like Public Land Wigeon Hole. It's like at this time, it was like the 4th video back. Actually, I could tell you exactly. That's why I like doing this now. I'm doing it by episode, so it's a lot easier to reference back to. I haven't done that in the past, and I started doing it this season. Seems like this service in this place isn't that good. Okay, it's episode 7. And there's about 20,000 views on it right now. It was put out 2 weeks ago, but it's episode 7. Go check it out. Duck season 2020. Cool hunt. It was really fun. It's into stuff that's been going on lately. I've said this before in podcasts, but me and Thomas have talked how we're living the best days of our lives. But things that have been going on, it's just like you appreciate those things more. Hanging out with, me and Thomas getting to go up and do that. I'm glad that because I have a good schedule now, really good. And you end up getting a really good schedule at the same time almost for duck season. So we've really had a really good liberty to hang out and not be stressed and mainly me, because that other job, I was always talking about it, thinking about it. Can you tell them a little bit more? Easier to deal with? Am I easier to deal with?
You're not as grumpy as you were in the past
and
years.
I don't like being like that.
You were having to deal with things about work until the night before a hunt. I mean, we couldn't plan anything.
I know that was annoying to you
because because you didn't know what you were doing until 5 o'clock the evening before. So, and then I've gotten a pretty nice little gig I'm on right now too, where I have a pretty flexible schedule. So, it's actually great for us this year.
I'm trying to talk him into doing that job full time, so we can just always have an incredible duck hunting schedule. But we'll see. Okay, so we're sitting at almost 20 minutes right now. But I know we're probably skipped over a bunch. We're not going as super detailed as probably maybe we would like to. I'm trying to think. Like I said, I scotch doubled on those.
We have a severe problem with losing focus.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, guys.
I know. Sorry, you apologize if you guys get annoyed with us.
If you guys still listen to us, you guys are dedicated.
Yeah, well, we got so many things backed up that I can't lie, guys. We are probably not at the top of our game right now, but we do our best. I try to keep putting this out. I know Thomas knows good and well. I try to stay on top of this to the point where it may get annoying to him sometimes, but he's good with it now too. So anyways, but let's come up with something that lessons learned from this. Let's finish with that. I know right now where we can start off. Okay, if I know you have something, I'll tell you right now. We thought there was gonna be more wind. We know this, especially me, especially Thomas. Doesn't matter how long. If you can hunt 1 year and know this, you gotta have motion, and you can't trust what the weatherman says. You can't do it.
Oh yeah.
So we left back our motion.
You you hit the nail on the head.
Was it
there.
me? Was that my fault?
No.
We agreed together. There's going to be wind. The birds want the spot. It don't matter, okay? Just because birds want a spot doesn't mean that you can't make it better. Mm-hmm. And we left our motion behind.
I was so mad.
And we kicked ourselves.
I was so mad. I've bought several pieces of motion, decoys.
Motion ducks, pulsators, other jerk strings, ripplers.
And for some stupid reason, we didn't even bring it. And it was like...
I don't know if we did do that on
And
purpose.
it was so irritating because we've both talked about, or we've both said and practiced, like, I'll never go out there, without it or whatever, unless there's 15, 20 mile an hour winds, you know what I mean? But it was like, for some stupid reason, I don't know if we just weren't thinking or if we were in a hurry or what the reason was, but we took a dozen decoys with no motion, and what happened? No wind.
0.
So, like, we have 12 statues out there, and, the birds did want to be there.
Yeah,
so that did help. But the difference between birds, like, fully 100% committing, not even,
questioning,
second guessing it, and them taking a couple passes around could be no motion on the water. Mm-hmm. So that was a rookie move right there.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a big mistake on our part.
What were you smirking for? Were you thinking of something else, or was that what you were thinking?
No. When you said that, I remembered that.
Yeah.
That was the main thing that I was worried about.
And that is a rookie move.
Oh yeah.
That's not a rookie move. That's a beginner noob. You haven't even went.
Like, you're an idiot.
How many times have you guys heard us preach that on the YouTube channel and the podcast?
Well, and that does kind of go back to, we thought that there was going to be more wind. So it's like, man.
And we thought they were just going to dump in there no matter what.
Right. And so, like, on that, it's like, where do you decide, like, okay, there's going to be enough, I don't need to worry about it,
Mm-hmm. Well, what we had agreed on in the past was, no matter what, we'll bring it. If we want to use it, we have it. If we don't want to, leave it in the bag. So it's just, it was, I guess it had to laziness. It had to be, because, like, I could have thrown in mine. That stuff don't weigh nothing. So...
until you carry it for 2 miles,
and then you carry 7 birds in your back on top of everything else you already carried. So,
but anyway, I would say that's the biggest takeaway. Other than that, I feel like, it went pretty good. We've been
doing a lot. This isn't a lesson learned. It could be, I guess, but I've done more packing on my back hunting this year than I ever have. Mm-hmm. I like a cart. There's times a cart is gold.
It depends on the roads.
And we've been hunting a lot of places where it was not kind to use a cart and a sled and all that stuff. So, but you know what? At the same time, to me, if I have everything on my back and it's not a strap there, because I got a little irritated on a recent hunt we had, because I had like 4 straps coming off me, like a blind bag, decoy bag, a seat, and Rocky's dog stand or something. I was about to snap. That's literally the words I said. We'll talk about that later, but that's uncomfortable. But when you have a backpack, even with the dozen decoys, your blind bag, everything in that one thing, which I will highly recommend, Tangle Freeze blind bag. Decoy bag. Their 12-slot decoy bag. I don't know if I told you this yet, but the mossy oak one, if you don't get the timber or the what's the other one? The marsh color Optifade. Those other ones, the reason they're cheaper, they're smaller.
Oh, really?
So I sneak in, ordered those other ones, got them in, and they're majorly smaller.
Oh, really?
You can barely fit 1 mallard in a slot.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know
just
that.
If you guys are ever thinking about picking those up,
they're a little bit cheaper too, right?
Yeah, they're like $15 cheaper.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, it's just cheaper because the camel pattern.
I thought that same thing.
It's
I almost
not.
bought those bags.
They're smaller.
Multiple times.
Like, dude, they're like that. You can barely fit those.
Wow.
I wouldn't even say you could fit the Dakota Decoy packables in there, really. So I ended up putting the teal and stuff in there, I think, if I remember right. So, and the reason I got that different color, not only was it cheaper, I thought, well, help me remember, okay, all my teal and spoonies will go in that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but anyways, I'll highly recommend that bag because it's very comfortable. I think it is. And not only can you put your decoys, but you can throw a small blind bag in there and a couple, maybe if you want a spinner or something like that, zipper it up and a thing you can go, and it's not beating on your back, your lower legs. It stays up above your waist. pretty comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe unless you're Harrison, because then it might beat on him a little bit. It depends on your height, but we're gonna have Harrison on here. We had some good times, guys. We got so much stuff to talk about, and I guess we'll kind of wrap this up. Anything else you can think of?
No, I mean, I would say that's the main thing. We had a good time. We were still able to be pretty successful. I'd say everything else, our shooting, our height, our calling was, good. We did our due diligence and scouted it the day before, and everything worked out.
Yeah, it did. Yep.
Me and Titus were talking about how it's so much nicer for us, but it doesn't always happen. Is having enough birds to take turns to video each other's shots. That's just how it is for us most of the time. Hunting public land, you can try all these different spots, but sometimes if you don't have a good reservation number or a good lottery, or you just don't hit
enough birds
that time, you can struggle for birds. So sometimes it's just not feasible for us to do that.
Right. And if we would have not took turns, we would have been done another hour.
Oh yeah,
or so, or
absolutely.
more earlier,
easily.
So we're doing a little bit of sacrificing to do that, but it's not. And we're not saying, we're doing that for you guys so you can enjoy the filming better, because it seems like people enjoy it whether it's GoPro or not. But we like to look at it on the nice camera, and I like watching that. Like when I went back and after I was done editing, I was like, this is more enjoyable.
To
watch,
definitely.
So. But we are getting used to it. There's certain things I noticed, like getting a little bit more conversation, leaving it the camera running a little bit longer instead of just, I got this one, and then turn it off. Get a little bit more of just our conversation. But you kind of need to just hold it and let it record and forget you're doing it.
Yeah.
But we're learning that. The GoPro, you forget it's on your head. So you end up getting more stuff that's funny. And I think people kind of like that too. So you got to remember to do that. And then I'm kind of like, I like seeing the bird get hit. But the problem is, if there's 3 or 4 birds, do you follow the one down and let it splash, and then get the other one and let it splash? Or do you just keep staying with the birds? Because then if somebody misses, you never get the splash. And one of my favorite things is seeing the bird hit the water after you shoot it. So it's a lot of learning. It's funny. We've been doing it for 3 years, and now there's a new process going on, but it's really fun. And Thomas enjoys, I enjoy it. Harrison went with us on a trip we'll talk about later. He's enjoying, he did good too. He is helping us film. So anyways, I guess we'll wrap that up. That's good for you. Yeah. We'll call that a wrap, and we got a lot more coming out, guys. We will see you on the next one.